Hi, I'm Meeka, also known as the Moroccan Angel. If you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. And if you find my content spiritually enlightening or informative, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel and do not forget to press the like button. So far, we've established through the basic simplicity of the biblical text and the literal definition of the word God that Jesus is not the God of Israel. If you've missed these two prior videos, I would suggest that you pause this one and watch the two previous videos. So by two counts of the literal defining of a God as omnipotent and omniscient, Jesus has not fulfilled these two requirements by his own admission. So let's consider the third defining mark of a God, which is a very powerful description and identifier of a God, and that is immortality. To be immortal is defined as not being subject to death. Now I need you to really stick close to me to really grasp this. Not being subject to death means that an individual or a being that is immortal will not experience death. They will not undergo that experience. To experience it is to participate in it, or live through it, or undergo it in some form, personally, or to be subject to it. The immortal do not experience death. Their life is perpetual, meaning no interruptions, no intermissions. It just goes on without an experience of death. So what do we know of the God of Israel? What do we know concerning immortality and the God of Israel? His name means the Eternal One, meaning no beginning and no end. It is uninterrupted, endless, perpetual, unchanging, immutable life. He is not subject to death, and he does not change. Remember, it is the God of Israel who brought death into existence. In Exodus, we discover that death is subject to the God of Israel. Now, just taking a look at the basic biological function of human sustainability. The human being needs as primary components oxygen, food, and water to survive. If these are compromised, so is the life of the human. The God of Israel is self-existent, meaning he does not rely on anything external to sustain his life. He does not need external elements to exist. Not only does the human need these primary components, they are dependent upon the God of Israel, because the life that humans have came from him. The scripture tells us that he is the source of life. Now the question that we must ask now is Jesus immortal? Did he die? Did he experience death? Well, yes. This is the major premise of Christianity. It is based on this major premise that the notion of Jesus being a God is dispelled. You see, one of the major components or the major defining factors of a God is immortality. They do not experience death, the death of the body. They are not subject to death. In particular, the God of Israel. Listen, it's not that a God experiences death, where he's going through life and then it's interrupted, his life, and then he's resurrected. No, it's not that. It's that they don't experience death at all. It is perpetual life. They do not experience death. If it was a matter of death and resurrection and then living on, he still experienced death. And if it was a matter of being resurrected, then Lazarus would have been deemed a god. And the many others who are resurrected every day through CPR. This is not the meaning of immortal, because the life of that individual was interrupted. It was interrupted by death. It was not perpetual. They experienced death. The immortal do not experience death. The God of Israel is immortal. He is the eternal one. He has never and he will never experience death in any form or situation. No part of him dies. No part of him dies. He never has gone through the experience of death. This is what immortal means. Never dying. In Romans 6 and 9, it states, knowing that Christ, being raised from the dead, dieth no more. Death hath no more dominion over him. This biblically confirms that Jesus was subject to and experienced death, the death of the body. Death is the termination of life. The major revelation is that the God of Israel issued the judgment of death, thereby making and confirming that all men are subject to death, meaning they're subject to the one who issued the judgment of death, which is the God of Israel. He himself is not subject to death. Death does his bidding. Jesus was not only subject to death, but he had the experience of death. This presents and confirms two very undeniable clear facts. And the first one is, Jesus is disqualified as being an immortal being, the very mark of a God, because he experienced death. The second one is, there is further confirmation that he is not the God of Israel. Now, the final aspect of this is the originator and ruler of the universe. The God of Israel has declared that he is the originator and ruler. Now, if you would like to learn more about this and delve a little deeper into this concept of who Jesus is, if he is not a God, then who is he? Is he the Son of God? Is he the Son of David? Is he the Son of Man? I wrote a book entitled Who is Jesus? It is a biblically aligned academic study regarding the origin and identity of Jesus. It's available in paperback and ebook. I think you'll enjoy it. Remember, always do what's right. It matters.